Trigger control is one of the 5 fundamentals of marksmanship. And so there's steady position, sight picture, breathing control, trigger control, and follow through. And I plan on doing videos on all of them, and I just decided to start out with trigger control. And I'm not doing the basics of trigger control and doing a full tutorial because there's so many good videos on YouTube already, guys and gals doing really good videos on that. So I encourage you to go find those and watch a few of them and get some different takes on it. I'm just moving on to a different step that I think, well, it's helped me and I hope it helps you. Alright, so here's the pellet gun with the really heavy trigger and the little laser on it, and there's nothing in it. So I can bang away and point it at stuff and nobody's getting hurt. Alright, so back to trigger control. So I showed you in video 1 getting the laser turned on, picking a point not too far away, pulling straight back, watching the laser, not the sights, and not a death grip, just a good grip, and just pull straight back and try and keep it from moving as little as possible. And then switching to a full grip and going faster. And that's way too much movement, by the way. Translate it out at 30 feet and 30 yards, that's a lot of movement. So now you got to work on it, right? This thing has a super heavy trigger. The reason I use this is because it's like 11 or 12 pounds. It's just insane. It's 11 pounds. That's a really heavy trigger, but I like that for practicing my trigger control. When I get onto an actual firearm, whether it be a handgun or a hunting rifle or a shotgun, things change and I practice with that, with the ammunition, and get better, but my fundamentals and my basic practice and my muscle memory is with something that's hard work. That's why I use this. You can use snap caps in a regular firearm. There's opinions out there that some people believe that with modern firearms you can dry fire safely without hurting them, except for rim fires. The rim, the firing pin still hits the rim, which on a, no brass there, it hits the steel, so it hurts it. You can use snap caps. I do use them from time to time, but again, for me, I prefer this. I do some trigger practice, dry firing, real firearms, my actual guns, with the snap caps. So, okay, so now I'm going to take you to the next step. So in basic trigger control, you learn to use the middle of the front pad of, the fingerprint of your trigger finger, straight on the trigger, centered, pull straight back. Okay, so that was at less than 3 feet so that you could see the laser. And I should be doing this so that, you can see across the room and see the clock. But that's okay. I like to use a clock. It's about 8 inches. And this is zeroed. Okay, the other reason in the first video I didn't have you looking through the sights is because at that range you can't see the laser and the sights at the same time. This laser on this pellet gun is zeroed for 30 feet. If it was a 9mm handgun or a 22 or a 45 or something else, it would be zeroed further out. Now, wherever they're zeroed, that's where you eventually want to get. Now, for me, for this, using about 30 feet, actually it's not, but I'm going to pretend it is, because I actually, for the video, for me to do this, I actually turned the laser up. It's adjustable. And so, I'm going to bring it in close, as if this was a rifle, okay? Because on a rifle, or a shotgun, normally, your hand would be up here, and your eye would be firing down the sights. Okay? For a handgun, you're stretched out. Now, I'm steadying myself because I'm pretending that I'm on a rifle which has a longer sight plane that's a bigger piece of machinery to try and move with just your finger. But the results are the same. You can put a laser on a long gun and you'll see it move too. So now, if I didn't have this laser, when I look through my sights, I wouldn't see the type of movement that I'm seeing. Okay? So, I practice both eyes open, and I've got the sights on the target, the laser on the target. I've got my hands up where it would be on a rifle or a shotgun, and then I'll switch to pistol. And I'll switch to left. And I'm using both eyes open. And because on a pistol, you're concentrating on the front sight, you want both eyes open. That's why most pistols have big blocky sights. Is because you want to see what's going on around you. In a gunfight, you have to know everything around you. Okay? When you're just out hunting, you can do this and just concentrate on what it is because, well, there might not be stuff coming the other way. Now, let's hope it don't get to that. And I'm, basically, honestly, for prepping, really, yes, you should do security and battle rifle and all these things, but honestly, it's going to be, hunting to keep you alive. And that's what you need to concentrate on. That's what you need to get good at. And you can practice the other stuff later. So, both eyes open. And this will, when I get on a rifle and I'm looking down the sights through a scope or whatever, same with a shotgun. Shotgun's both eyes open for me. Other people, they don't. It's your way of doing things. When you're peeking through a scope, yeah, there's a lot of guys that keep both eyes open. Again, it doesn't work for me. So I just don't do it. Okay, so, but again, sights on it. And there is the laser, and I'm in control. And then I switch to a pistol grip. And also, too, for me, I switch to a Pachmayr grip quite often because I do shoot revolvers. So I'll try that. Now, did you notice that I switched my finger? I started out doing a boo-boo. Okay? I had the trigger here, not here. And then I switched because I caught myself. And that's why you practice. And that's why you practice with something that doesn't burn off ammunition. It's my opinion, but I think it works. Okay. So now, you learn muscle memory in a pistol position and a rifle position, and both eyes open, and you're getting used to bringing your front sight up. And if it was a rifle or a shotgun, you'd be finding your sight picture with it. And practice and practice and practice. Then when you get to an actual firearm, now it takes a few shots at the range to get yourself in sequence and just get, clutter out of your head, and then practice, practice, practice. And the reason I like to, again, use the heavy triggered pellet gun with a laser and not burning ammunition is because it's harder to do, there's more muscle memory, and I'm not wasting ammunition, in my opinion. So, hopefully that helps you. It's a trick that I use. It's worked for years. I've done it for a very long time. And when I'm really into things and I'm doing it, I do it quite often. I'll be, reloading or doing something or working on a pistol or something, or watching TV. Watching TV, commercial comes on, clock, 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 clock. Hopefully that helps. More videos to come. So please, let us know in the comments what's going on and things you'd like to see, questions you have, all that kind of stuff. If you like the channel, please subscribe, and we'll keep these videos coming. So thank you very much. I'm Cage for Prepper Madness. See you later.